I'm broke the boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
First time owner operators, I got some news for you, especially you guys in the Tampa, Florida area. Big Mike, I was actually in Tampa off of I-4 over there by Aero Truck Sales. And let me tell you, man, there was a bunch of trucks on that lot. I mean, it was overflow. So I see that inventory going up, and I've seen inventory with Lone Mountain. We talk about them all the time. A really good lease to purchase. What do you think that is, man? Is this a good opportunity for those looking to get into a truck? That now's the time, or what do you think on that?
I do think for the individuals that are looking to get into the truck, into the industry, into the owner-operator business, I think it is a good time because what we're looking at pretty large exodus from trucking because a lot of people, trucking had not their best times in the last, 3 years or so.
No, yeah, definitely rough industry.
And a lot of people was already exhausted. Then, a lot of people were having pretty big hopes for 2025 and the changes that would bring. And, I saw some excitement at the beginning. And then it just went fucking dark again. Once I almost saw a light at the end of a tunnel, all of a sudden
somebody turned off the light.
And it was gone, like darkness again. So right now it's a little bit of uncertainty. Also, I was talking to another guy about construction, and he was telling like how the construction companies are unable to do the projects because a lot of those subcontractors are not showing up because of fear, because of all the media. And again, that's my personal opinion. It doesn't have anything to do with what's coming. But in my opinion, if we have to pick, the bad apples, I would start at the street corner. I would start in the jail. I get it. It's a very nice media, to just show up with a couple of buses and fill them with people.
Yeah.
However, that's not what's gonna be really popular with people. At least it's not popular with me. I think, it has to be, we have to live by some rules. I'm absolutely against like open borders and shit like that. I'm for law and order. But if we already in this situation, I would start from the worst, not from the best. The dude that showed up to fucking work, man.
I know.
To put your roof on.
Because
that's kind of fucked up.
Because that's easy. But again, guys, like, the uncertainty shouldn't stop anybody from living a dream or starting their business. Like, it's always going to be some kind of major event going on. This one just feels a lot heavier because it's the now. But so if you look back, man, there was always a reason not to get into something. So that's my whole point.
So, and I think on top of that, because we were afraid that kind of we saw that light at the end of the tunnel, and then it disappeared, and then it showed up again, and then it disappeared again. Now all this English proficiency thing came out, and again, a lot of people are freaking the fuck out because we think of that English proficiency as, in my understanding, something totally different, and that's what's going to be.
Right.
Because we think about like, oh man, I need to, speak English with no accent and yada yada. No, it's going to be just a bare bones basics. But coming back to that overflown lot, I think a lot of people, if we were considering to exit the industry or to retire or to go home, wherever we came from, this is the time when a lot of these people are exiting because, like, I'm already in the dark. The light just fucking disappeared.
Yeah.
And now this and now that. And another thing is like, we have a lot of immigrants in trucking, man. And when I think about it, like, this is what I see, like, when I read all of your comments. By the way, all the comments, I read every single one of them. And some of them are like a little bit discouraging, man, because like I never saw it like that, but now it's kind of in my face. Where, man, it's not really about safety. You fuckers just hate me.
It's always been like that, man. Like,
you fuckers just hate me with passion, man. And I think a lot of people are not down for that battle. And again, let's turn the negative into positive. So somebody's exit can be somebody else's new beginning. I think there is a lot less owner-operators and drivers in general on the market to begin with. A lot of people that were considering to exit the business are exiting right now. So I'm sure a lot of those trucks are those exits. People just, like, what? This is the time. I'm just going to park my truck.
Yeah, and even fleets, because they did look like fleets. But yeah, for sure. I think, that's definitely going to have that impact. And I mean, not just that, you also have to consider, like you were saying before, like the social media, which is gaslighting everything. And now, you're scrolling there and you're watching people, like you were mentioning before, like buses picking up people. And then what? Now you think there's going to be a bus at a scale house and take you away as well. So yeah, I mean, we're scaring people away from the industry as well. So that does happen for sure.
Yeah. So, but for the people entering into the industry, this could be an actually very good start, because number one, there is obviously plenty of trucks to choose from.
Yeah.
I think for a little bit there was a little lack of inventory, but I think that was that period of time when everybody saw the light at the end of a tunnel before it went off, like total darkness. And I think after that happened, the inventory started surging again. And now you're going to have plenty of options to pick a truck of your dreams, because a lot of people selling trucks, what is that going to do to a truck prices?
It's going to drop them?
It's going to drop them. What is that going to do to financing options? It's going to create an additional options that wasn't there before, because those lots, they need to be manageable. You can't just like pack it up and now you can't even get to the truck that the guy wants to look at.
Yeah, you're going to see those incentives come back, down payment matches.
And I think those incentives, just like our guy from Missouri, those incentives are already coming in. I saw a little bump in the Lone Mountains, down payment programs.
Okay.
But I think that bump is probably going to go down. If this is what you're saying about the Arrow, I think it's going to have the same impact at the Lone Mountain. So it's going to be almost, for somebody entering, it's going to be a perfect storm, because a couple of things. That many people exiting the industry is going to force the freight prices to go up.
Yeah.
The surge of trucks being parked is going to force a lot of people to be able to buy those trucks.
Yeah.
It's going to force the banks to finance those trucks. It's going to force the dealers to drop the prices on those trucks. And it's a perfect storm. You can choose the truck that you like at the price that you can get it for. And you're probably going to enter the industry at some surge of the rates.
Owner-operator partnership is very real. I got tons of guys who are making $4,000 take-home. Learn how you can do that by giving me a call at 863-342-5171. We are conveniently located in Lakeland, Florida. We are a Florida-based trucking company that is here to provide you resources to be successful. So once again, it's 863-342-5171.
Plus, also, I saw a couple of videos about some carriers in Chicago.
Yeah.
Again, like a lot of Eastern European carriers and so on. So we have like almost like their own, their own economy of a sort. So we got their own CDL schools. We got their own drivers that they source out Europe.
Okay.
We buy trucks counting on those drivers.
Okay. Yeah.
Those CDL schools are now empty. The truck orders coming in, and there is no drivers. The new drivers that we were counting on,
and can't come here.
We either can't come here, or the ones that are already here, the CDLs are gonna expire or whatnot. And I think a lot of those fleets, what we're gonna do, like we're probably gonna have two options. Number one, we're gonna start offering those trucks for lease purchase, but you're only gonna be lucky if you're gonna be the first one in that truck, and only if the company is gonna financially survive the impact that this whole thing is gonna have.
And you know what's crazy, man? You're even talking about that. It's not my neighbor, but my neighbor drives trucks and whatnot, got out to do construction. So he kind of goes back and forth between the two. Like he'll drive for some time and then go do so. And for those who do that, that's going to be a limited capacity as well.
So here we go. But even in this case, like your neighbor, right? So for him, it's going to be both opportunities are going to come up at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Because in construction, everybody needs him to get on that roof and get it done, and in trucking, everybody needs him to buy that truck.
Yeah, but in trucking you can. But in trucking you can deliver the load by yourself. You can't really put a roof up by yourself.
Yeah, that's a fact. But again, like you can only deliver one load at a time by yourself.
And that is true. So.
Because if somebody, just because the company had 100 drivers and now half of them are gone, that does not mean that company can deliver 100 loads every day.
No, it does not. Here we go. Yeah.
So, and again, that's gonna force probably the freight rates to go up. And for somebody entering this business, it's gonna be a good start, at least a strong start, right? Because you're not just entering just to get by, you're not entering just to survive. No, you're getting a little bump.
But this has financial impact, man, on other things too. Like, okay, now you put all these people out of business. Like, how upset are banks gonna be when you got, freaking 500 trucks day one? Like, those guys are out of business. Man, who's going to make those payments? You can't even drive your truck off there to go sell it. Like it's a wrap. It's a problem, man. Like,
well, the only thing is, like, I can only guess, because if I was that fucking smart, I would be some like fucking advisor to the Trump administration. But I don't know, man. I truly don't fucking know. Like, on one hand, I can see how things can go really well. On the other hand, I can see how things can go really, really south because some of my friends, right? We were like very excited about certain things that are happening, but now that it starts affecting their business,
I'm not so excited.
It's not. The excitement is slowly kind of disappearing. So I think I think what business needs is a little bit of stability.
Yes.
Because you can't be just, bouncing in the dark and, hope that everything is going to be all right. I get it. You can bounce in the dark for a little bit if everything is already lined up for you. But to enter the business that's in the dark is a little scary, no?
Yeah, but I think also, man, just taking a half step back, man, and getting rid of this mob mentality where let's speak rationally and let's just actually be reasonable and just logical. Just because somebody doesn't speak English, I know it's important, but that person might actually be a lot safer driver than somebody who's full-blown American, can talk it, can speak it, and write it. It doesn't. I don't think that alone is going to solve much problems.
No, that's how I say. Like the improper use of PC does not become safer if fifth generation American whose granddad fought in a civil war is violating it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be any safer. It's just going to be just as bad.
Yeah.
Or worse, because the little Mexican, he may not understand it. So at least he has an excuse. He's like, yeah.
Or, a jackknife is a jackknife. Just because you get out and you're like, hey, guys, I'm sorry about that. Like, fucking damage my shit.
Sorry about that, man. But I can speak English. Don't worry not.
All right, guys, we're getting off topic. My people, be safe, drive safe. If you're thinking about buying that truck, remember, it's always a good time to start your business venture. You just got to be committed and stay the course.
Yeah, the good news is this. You can always make money in trucking. Sometimes you can make it easier. Other times it's a little harder. But at the end of the day, if you're going to dedicate 100% of your capacity to your business, you're going to be all right.
Yep. So here we go, guys.
All right, guys. Take care.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers, with a maintenance program that is unbeatable. To plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.